Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to your children. Donald Trump. So, God is ready to talk to us about Donald Trump. Most High, what do you want us to know about Donald Trump? Donald J. Trump, as I heard. Donald J. Trump. What do you want us to know, Most High? I'm sorry, okay? I can only be me. Gotta take the good with the bad. Okay, so the subject matter regarding Donald Trump. Okay, so we have podcast. A podcast. I'm hearing televised. So podcasts are all about sharing of information, okay? Interesting. So somebody really doesn't want this message to come out. They're sending energy and God is blowing it back. Literally. So let's check this card before we move on. Okay, feels correct like this. Okay, so okay, we got church and looking for new recruits. I see the underlying issue here. delivery. Hotel. Weather. Civilian. Beach. Cleaner. Adolescent. Assassin. Mosque. Otherworldly being or mystical being. Uh-oh. Seaport. Just a diversion. So there's a war going on here. Bullying. Look like it's between the Christians and the Muslims. But let's see. Bullying elders. Surveillance. School of life. Nature's lessons. Music. Just because. Oh God. Judge in the reverse. Let's check the energy before we continue. Because this card was turned over before I started shuffling. This is the card that I tried to flip over. Oh, it feels at peace like this, but why does it feel like it's in the reverse? Because it is. But I'm hearing judge not. Stagnation. Assessment. Airport. Money. Advocate of evil. They're getting paid to do it. For control. Moving forward. The gay agenda. Or any kind of agenda. It may not be about gay agenda. But we'll find out once we start really deciphering the message, okay? Yeah, coded message. We'll find out once we start deciphering the message. Underground tunnel. Dentist. Permanent secretary or secretary of state. The talented one. The doctor. Because you know the permanent secretary or the secretary of state is the one that doesn't move. In the political arena, there's that secretary that stays for a very long time. And the fact that they change like the prime minister and the president so often, and yet the permanent secretary stays, that shows that they have more ranking really, and more power, more knowledge, more experience than those who are put in the position of president and prime minister. They know more secrets. So doctor, the prophet or prophetess, or the prophets, I heard, and the prophetesses. Okay, hidden message. So doctrine is talking about manipulating something. Pastor. So there's a religious battle going on. Police or being waged for more control. Clinic forced to do it. I did do a reading not too long ago where it was revealed that they're going to be using Christianity or people prophesying saying that I am of God, because they can't use negativity on the people anymore. They are turning to what appears to be positivity, and that's how they plan on pulling people in. And in that message, I started talking about a cult. There was this woman who joined a cult, and it was all about self development because she says she's an actress and she wasn't getting any jobs or anything like that. So she joined this sisterhood, thinking that it would help her to improve herself so that she can be more successful as a human being, really, because I guess they give her like self belief, courage, confidence, things like that. And it turned out that the higher up she go in rank, it's like the darker the sisterhood got. And eventually she realized that she was actually a part of a cult. And then she had to try and get herself out. She got herself out. I don't remember her name though, but I think she said she got a series or something like that on Netflix. And now she actually spends her time trying to make people aware of cults, because if you're forcing people to follow your way of life and you're claiming to be of God, that's contradictory. God don't need to beg nobody to serve the kingdom. God don't need to force nobody to serve the kingdom. All the laws are already in place. All the divine laws have been in place from the beginning. So anybody find themselves outside of that law, divine law, they will naturally be punished, because that's how it's set up. So it's just like the invisible rules of the growth of the physical human body. There are laws that govern everything. That's why we have science. Basically, it's the science of. So this is the science of human relations, and this is the science of our relationship between the divine and we the people, God and God's creation. So forced to do it, we got secret club or society. It's a shadow government scheme, naturally. Yes, all about dark magic. How can you force someone? How can you be of God and you're forcing people? All you need to do is deliver the message. What they do with the message is up to them and their God. Judge not. So who are you to say this religion is right and this religion is wrong? Are you God? No. But this don't have nothing to do with God. This is business. It's all about money. It's all about control. And the church are looking for new recruits under Donald Trump. It looks like to wage war with the Muslims. So dark magic, we got Ministry of Health, to construct building, company, body, in this case a body of people. Construct their power. Yes, this is government funded. So they're using government funds to wage religious war. Loan shark. So it's government funded and loan shark. So everybody's pitching in their money. Everybody who believes in this evil cause is putting in their money. We got actress, Ministry of Finance. So who is the ministry? Who is at the head of the Ministry of Finance right now? It's a gang. It's not a government, it's a gang. Yeah. MP or member of parliament. It's a gang. Ooh. Trump. They're all about psychological manipulation. Trump, don't let your name fool you, you know. You are not actually the one who trumps everything and everyone here. Climb down. You're letting your name get to your head. And you're taking the Lord's name in vain. Yeah, it's time for some prayer, bruv. You are taking the Lord's name in vain. Yo, it's time to become a neutral entity. You better not play a part in this bullshit, Trump. So this is a message straight to you. So if you are planning on doing this, or if you're currently doing this, God say you need to back the hell up. You need to stop. Yeah. So we got neutral entity in this illegal activity. You need to become a neutral entity in this illegal activity. So if you really believe in God the way how you say, you are being called upon right now, sir, Mr. Donald J. Trump, to stand up for God's business, not the business of the shadow government. You're trying to reinstate a war, the illegal activity of reinstating this religious war. Politics. Oh God. So church versus the mosque. Christianity versus the Muslims. Is that why they give the Muslims such a hard time in the airport, branding them as terrorists and all these things? So is any of that true? Are they really? Because I did a reading one time and God said that the Muslims were quite honorable people. As a matter of fact, I've done several readings where Muslims come up and they're actually quite honorable people. Oh, they're not faking. I mean, everybody falls from grace and thing, but generally, they do what they do in God's name, and they try to respect God's name. And that's all we can do, really. If we're going to do something in God's name, let it be something that's honorable, not something that's going to destroy God's flawless reputation. To stand up and say you're doing something in God's name is a very bold thing to do. And with great power comes great responsibility. And should one fail, and deliberately, I should say, should one deliberately be doing something bad in God's name, the punishment you won't be able to withstand the punishment, because God is our only hope. So when you do wicked things in God's name and destroy God's reputation, then you cause the people to have less faith in God, and that makes them even more hopeless and feel more helpless. They feel betrayed, and it's like they'll be asking, well, where is God? Is God even real? That's a very big crime, to make people question if God is real through your actions, calling on God's name while you're committing these acts. Are you understanding me? I'm speaking to whoever is doing this, or whoever is planning on doing this. This is a message for you. It's one thing to do wickedness in your own name. It's an entirely different ball game to do wickedness in God's name. That's defamation of character. Just think of the courts of the land and how they handle matters regarding defamation of character. All you have is your reputation. If somebody ruins your reputation, it makes your way very hard in life. Because everything starts with a thought. How you think and see things, it determines how you move. And how you move determines your destiny. So this is a prime example where it says in the Bible, beware of false prophets. So it's the time, everybody, whether you like it or not, it's that time that the Bible speaks of, when it talk about people will come in God's name, but we need to test every spirit. Judge not, but be mindful. So before you pass your judgment, do some research and find out if you're dealing with the spirit of good or the spirit of evil. Let's dig into this underlying issue here. Well, the bits that we have here. I put them back in order, so in case we need to dig any further on, they're there. Okay, but the church is looking for new recruits to wage war against the Muslims. And Donald J. Trump, God says, if you're a part of this, you need to stop. So whatever podcast you're on talking your nonsense for your evil agenda, whatever information you've been sharing on whatever platform for the evil agenda of the shadow government, God said you need to stand down. Don't let your name fool you. You can get a beating too. You might be Trump over many, but you're not Trump over God. So if you want to take God's name in vain and think that God thing is a joke, all will witness your downfall. So the underlying issue: delivery, hotel, weather, civilian. So let's look at those four cards. You know what a delivery is, okay? We're bringing something. What we're bringing? A hotel. A hotel is a place of short stay, okay? So short stay. The weather is for the civilians. So what's weather? Weather, it could be good or bad. In this case, they're trying to create. Let's see what they're trying to create. So the delivery of a short stay of weather for the civilians. And we got beach cleaner. So beach is already a good vibe all by itself. So what to have to clean up the beach, it suggests that the beach is dirty. Okay. So delivering short stay weather. So however, this type of weather is a short stay. Civilian. To we the people, we are the civilians. Beach cleaner. Then we got adolescent. So an adolescent is one who is not fully mature yet. And then we got assassin, adolescent assassin. You know what I'm gonna do? So okay, let me read on. So adolescent assassin of the mosque. So y'all ain't even good at what you're doing. You're gonna try, but y'all gonna cry. So this bullying is just a diversion. The elders are actually surveilling this situation. So the Muslims got their eyes on you. School of life, nature's lessons. See, and like I said, the Muslims are a people, they don't fake being close to God. They actually try to live a life pleasing to God for real. So the other worldly beings in this case would be you people who are trying to do your nonsense. You're gonna be crying, seaport. And this bullying, you're fooling yourself with this bullying. So we got school of life, nature's lessons, music. So music is a collection of sounds. Whether you like the sound or not is different. But it's like action and reaction. Well, this is an energy of a blending of energies. So the school of life is about to blend some energies just because God wants to teach you to judge not. So we got stagnation of the assessment of this airport. So what we got is a stagnation of people actually paying attention to what is being said regarding money when it comes to these advocates of evil. So people aren't paying attention, but the elders are. The Muslim elders are. The people aren't paying attention, but the Muslim elders are. You're gonna fail. Whoever is trying to create, well, basic assassin the mosque, whoever is trying to destroy the Muslim community, you're going to fail. Shadow government people and those who support it, who are trying to destroy the Muslim community, you're going to fail. Right now, the people aren't paying attention. But those who need to pay attention is paying attention. And you need to look back at all the wars. God don't need a whole lot. God used a few to do great things. It starts with 1. Let's read on. So the people aren't paying attention. There's a stagnation when it comes to the assessment of what is being said regarding money and the advocate of evil. They're getting paid to do it, to control moving forward. So the gay agenda is represented by the Muslim agenda. That's why it's a coded message, underground tunnel. And then we got the dentist coming in before the permanent secretary. So whoever this permanent secretary is, y'all need to listen to what they're saying. Dentist is all about the mouth. So y'all need to listen to what this permanent secretary person is saying clearly. Put on your law brain. Don't let them use fancy words to confuse you. Take out your dictionary if you need to. Because the permanent secretary is the talented one. That's doctoring these prophets and prophetesses. So the permanent secretary is the one that's spreading the propaganda. Is spreading these messages of confusion, hidden message to the pastor. Policing the clinic. Clinic is a place of healing, so they want to police one's healing. And these pastors who are taking part, they're forced to do it. So this permanent secretary is the one that is spreading these destructive messages to the church, and the church people are being forced to do what the permanent secretary, who is a representative of the shadow government, is telling them to do. So they're not the face behind the evil, they're just the representative. Okay, they're the representative of the secret society. We have shadow government scheme coming in. So the permanent secretary is the one that we really need to look at. And Mr. Trump, God say, you need to stay away from this nonsense, because you could get a beating too. You're a child of God as well. If you're going to do anything in God's name, let it be sincere. You don't want to play with that fire. So we got the dark magic card coming in. Or be a man or a woman. The Ministry of Health. Constructing whatever they're trying to construct. I guess in this case it would be a war. A body of warriors who are government funded, so they're gonna be getting paid to do it. So when you see people waging war against or talking shit against the Muslim community on these podcasts and stuff, just know that these are the people who are being paid to do it. It starts off with those who are being paid, and then other people who are fooled by their philosophies are going to take it upon themselves and perpetuate the propaganda, thereby furthering the divide between the human family, mainly of the Muslim and Christian sectors. So they're about to pay influencers to talk shit about Muslims, because you know Muslims don't play. When it comes to God, Muslims don't play. When it comes to their spirit life, Muslims don't play. So of course they have to remove people who exhibit that level of dedication to God's cause, because they're trying to make us into a godless world. So it don't look like it's Trump that's doing this, but maybe God is telling Trump to pay attention to the permanent secretary and those around him that may be doing this. And God says, stay away. So let's read on. So they're gonna be government funded. We got Loan Shark, Actress, Ministry of Finance. So it's a woman in the Ministry of Finance who is going to be pretending to not be a part of this, but she is. She's an actress. So she's in charge of the money, she's in charge of the distribution of the finances, okay? To the gang of warmongers that they're trying to hire on behalf of the church. So the thing is, it's like the church don't even have nothing to do with this. They're paying people to pretend to be church people to talk shit about Muslim people, to create a divide between Christian people and Muslim people. They want to create a civil war because I guess we're being too peaceful with each other. We're being too cordial with each other. We are respecting each other for who they are and just being ourselves. We're choosing to let live and let live, and they don't like that. Peace doesn't put money in their pocket. Peace does not produce a reason for them to step in and say, we need to control this situation. Talking about the shadow government. Their mission has always been to create upheaval. And when the upheaval is created, they then step in as though they're coming to give solutions, when the whole point of creating the upheaval in the first place was so that they can come in and implement whatever rules and practices that will give them, the shadow government, more control over we, the people. So the gang, so this woman is in charge of distributing the money to the gang. And then we have the members of parliament. We got psychological manipulation. So lies and more lies. God says it's time to pray and become a neutral entity. Pray to be kept away. God said thousands and 10,000 may be falling by your side, but no harm will come to you. You need to cover yourself from the destruction. Mr. Trump. And everybody else who does not want to get caught up in the hellfire that is going to come upon these members of the shadow government who work in the government. So pray to be a neutral entity when it comes to this illegal activity, to reinstate war. The politics between the church and the mosque, the Christians and the Muslims. So we got information, educator, environment, gang member, private party, upholding law and order, Ministry of Education, the temple, or more holy vibes, more God vibes, cultural or community center, fear, news media, army, Ministry of Entertainment, and God's about to step in. So what is all that saying? God is about to step in to bring peace. We got gang leader influencing corruption, utilizing or utilities. The utilities in this case is high school, people of a high school mentality. So those who are easily impressionable, those of the public who are easily impressionable. So let's go over what we've just put out here. So we got information, educator, environment, gang member of the private party. So that's talking about them spreading whatever they're saying. And it's by a gang member of this private party because it's a secret society, right? So we got upholding law and order, Ministry of Education when it comes to God business. That's where the temple come out. So they're doing what they're doing, and your job is to do what you have to do to uphold law and order. Live and let's live. You do you and I do me. There's no need to be bringing down anybody and what they believe in. Only God can judge. Judge not. So God says, uphold law and order when it comes to the education regarding what is truly of God. The cultural or community center, so that's the togetherness. Okay, let's read on. So we got fear in the news media of the army, because if the Muslims and the Christians start fighting, then they get to send in their army, ain't it? And that'll be so entertaining. Ministry of Entertainment, because that's basically what they want to do. Because with the army coming in having to uphold law and order, it's gonna be quite entertaining. And with that comes a whole bunch of other laws and bans and harassment for we the people. New rules. Okay. So that's God say it's either we the people uphold law and order by keeping the peace between us, or these idiots are going to come in saying that they have to uphold law and order with their army and their new rules. And I hear a lot of people complain about can't go to the airport, you can't carry your lotion and even your medicine and certain things, you can't take them out with you on the plane. Do you want more bans to be implemented? You're being urged to keep out. Don't even fuel the fire of separation between the Christian community and the Muslim community, or any community. God says y'all need to keep the peace. So we got God, peace. Yeah, God said keep the peace. Then we got gang leader influencing corruption, utilizing people who have a small mind, high school energy. Remember what you were like in high school. Not many people were very mature in high school. High school is a time where you're allowed to make certain stupid mistakes in your life. It's expected because of how young the mind is. Adolescent energy. So God says either we keep the peace by not allowing what nonsense, the psychological manipulation. It's either we keep the peace by not allowing ourselves to be psychologically manipulated by these talks that are going to be put out in the public to influence a divide and to spark an outright war between the Christians and the Muslim community. God says y'all need to blank that out of your headspace. Scroll. When you see them talking shit about each other, scroll, because they're gonna get some actors obviously to pretend to be Muslims who are clapping back at the Christians. So really and truly, in true American fashion, the ones who are representing Christianity are actually working for the shadow government. And the ones who will be representing the Muslim community are also getting paid from the same government fund. And that is meant to influence we, the innocent people who are watching it and listening to the fuckery that's going to move our spirit to anger. Scroll past the shit when you see it. Let them waste their time. There is no war going on. You do you, and we'll do us. Simple as that. Judge not. God says we have the power to let peace reign. Let peace reign. We do not need to be governed by these fake government people. We have enough sense and decency within ourselves and respect for God and understanding that our walk with God is a personal one. God don't need nobody to force nobody to serve God. Everything is already in place. God is worthy to be praised, and each of us have to go through our own experiences to see and agree that God is worthy to be praised. Your relationship with God is a personal one. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Do not fuel the feud. People, do not fuel this false feud. They're all actors and actresses getting paid government money to spread propaganda regarding the Christian religion and the Muslim religion. The Christian way of life and the Muslim way of life. It's not real. When you see it developing, know that it's not real. It's not a real war. It's just psychological manipulation to spark a war between we, the people. Those that you see on social media talking shit about Christianity or talking shit about Muslims, they're being paid money to do it. If you choose to listen, let it go through one ear and out the other. Do not take it upon yourself to respond. Just watch the shadow government and see how they work. It's time that we start becoming smarter than our enemy. How many things have they done to us, tricked us, and engulfed us with their falsehoods? How many times we gonna keep falling for their tricks? People just go about their business trying to survive. We don't be sparking trouble with each other for no fucking reason. Nobody cares. Our walk with God is our own responsibility. Your neighbor's walk with God is their own responsibility. God has access to everybody's dream state. God has access to everybody's mind. If God want to talk to you, God could tell you whatever it has to say. It's health. God don't need nobody to tell nobody nothing. Really. And if you feel a brother or sister is going down the wrong path and you choose to say something about it, do. Because you are your brother's keeper. We are our sister's keeper. But don't keep pushing. Just know when to step back and know that God is working in them too. God's not finished with any of us yet. This is all a learning experience. Where's that nature? Yeah, so the elders of the Muslim community are sitting back and watching how things play out. School of life, nature's lesson. So we are about to see And you know what? They like to spread so much propaganda. I feel like this is something that I want to keep an eye on. So I will come back and do like updates on this situation from time to time as I am moved to do so. Because sometimes God want to keep things secret, because if I don't know, the enemy doesn't know either. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is a weakness. They can only guess and stumble and fumble in the dark. So let's see how this develops. Okay. But you have been duly warned that any battle you see breaking out between Muslim community and Christian community, or any communities at all, is not real. Do not participate in the fuckery. It's the shadow government trying to create civil wars so that they can bring in their armies and their new rules and establish more control over we, the people. Do not fall for it, my people. Okay? My human family. Don't fall for it, man. Live your life and let other people live their life. If God want to judge somebody, let God do the punishing. God don't need no help to punish nobody. God don't need our help to chastise anybody. So don't fall for it. Let's sit back and watch the shadow government representatives do their fuckery, so we can finally see how they play their game. This, whatever you're about to witness, is something that they've been doing to we the people for years. And we've been falling for it because we've been putting our trust in the media. Okay? And we've been allowing our emotions and our need to defend people's nonsense talks against what we believe in. Listen, go cook your food, play with your children, some nice games, go on holiday, go write something, go sing, go dance, go build something, go to work, come home, find some hobbies to occupy your time, some things that's gonna make your heart sing, okay? Share what your people love with them, even if you don't like it. Just put a little joy in their heart, okay? You don't have to like it, but at least you can say, well, you're present in your people's lives, and they might be encouraged to try something that you like to. And who knows, you just might end up like this. And build your family structure, build your friendship structure, build a strong structure with your work colleagues if you can. Build a strong structure with your community. Let us embrace community spirit, not discord. Not war and discord. It's a trick. You already can't carry your lotions on the plane when you're going on holiday. You have to go on holiday and buy things. You already can't carry your medicine on the plane. And God knows what else. You have to take off shoes and clothes and get in through airport security to get on the plane. You have to go to the airport now like 3 hours in advance. And do you want more nonsense to invade our lives and make our lives more difficult? I don't think so. So don't fall for the hokey doke. Okay? It's a trick. Focus on love and peace and prosperity. You see me? Right. So the message has been delivered. What you choose to do with the message is your business. I will see it, and I will hear about it, and I will read about it when the time comes to find out what choices you all chose to make in this situation. But Trump, God said, don't even participate. Stay covered. They might try to blame you. Don't worry about that. Stay under God. They put your face at the front while it's the guy in the back that's doing the nonsense. Or the female in the back. I don't even know who is the permanent secretary right now. But people, it's not Trump doing the nonsense. At least not at this time anyway. Hopefully he stays out of it and take God advice and stay out of it. But it's not Trump. So when you see certain things going on, it's not Trump. If anything, Trump is being forced or manipulated into doing some shit too. It's not Trump. But I pray that God give Trump the strength to honor his name under God. You can be Trump for real, but under God. If you try to fight against God, you will be dishonored, Mr. Donald J. Trump. But if you choose to work with God, your name will be an honor to you. Right. Until next time, everybody. Bye bye.